Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Baharakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the Most High's elect scattered throughout this earth. Yahweh is the true name of the Most High. Yahweh means He is, He exists, He to be. Yahawashai is the true name of His Son, who this world calls Jesus Christ, Yeshua, or any other false name. Yahawashai means He delivered or He Savior. And the true chosen people of the Most High, the real Hebrew Israelites, are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered throughout this earth. All right? And I'm back in the spirit with a quick video, Lord willing, and edifying. I'll get straight into it. This is Matthew 24 and 44. All right, and this is this scripture was brought out earlier today, not earlier today, yesterday at camp. All right, and I just was meditating on it some more. Matthew 24, verse 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. All right, and who is the Son of Man? Our Lord Yahawashai. That's one of His titles. All right, and this is He's speaking of His second coming. All right, and within this chapter, He gave us all of the signs of His second coming, which we are heavily in those signs, knee deep in those signs. Right, the wars and rumors of wars. All right, just turn on the news. All right, the earthquakes in diverse places. There's been over 350 earthquakes in the past couple days. Of this year, major earthquakes, multiple 7-point-something earthquakes that unalived a bunch of people, destroyed a lot of structures. All right, in different countries, in different places around the globe. Took place this year. All right, major earthquakes, smaller earthquakes. All right, uproars of the people. Okay, the signs in the heaven. This past, Wednesday evening to Thursday evening, you had major signs in the heaven. It was a new moon. You had a solar eclipse. You had a meteor shower and a planetary alignment. All right? So we are heavily in the time of Yahawashi second coming. All right? Now we understand and know the order of prophecy, the two main prophecies that must come to pass, which is the RFID microchip mandate, and that's the mark of the beast. All right? And that'll be accompanied with full-blown World War III, where nuclear missiles will be deployed. All right, we are in that time, and those two events, it's not like they're not far off. All right, it isn't much of a process to that being full blown. All right, that can happen instant and suddenly. All right, and that is the point. Going back to what Yahawashi said here at the top, reading again. Matthew 24 and 44, therefore be ye also ready. All right? So it's our job as believers, as servants of Yahawashi, as prophets, it's our job to be ready. Always be ready for the Lord's return. Always be ready for this society to go out, for the lights to go out. Right? A blackout, EMP, all right, for destruction and chaos to hit, all right, because the rest of the world, they aren't ready, okay, they aren't ready, and by ready, I'm talking about spiritually. Yahawashi here is talking about spiritually more than anything, okay, because there's not much you could physically be ready for. Yeah, it's good to exercise and be strong, push your body to its to get to its highest level, so to speak, that the highest level that it can even get to on this side, because we are, in corruptible flesh being poisoned, so and these bodies are fragile and weak. All right, but we, work with it to the best of our ability. All right. Okay, but the main thing is being ready spiritually, because what's coming is spiritual. All right, no one will be able to physically deliver themselves out of what's coming. I don't care how many push-ups, how much weights, how fast you can run, how high you could jump, how good of a fucking left hook you could throw. All right. How good of a shot you are, how well you can shoot a gun. All right, what's coming to this earth is beyond all that. All right, and none of those things will be able to save you from what's coming. Money, vain money at that, or fiat currency, fake money. All right, gold, silver, nothing. Status, fame, whatever. Okay, nothing will be able to deliver you from the Lord's judgment. All right, this is spiritual. This is a spiritual war. All right, so we have to spiritually be ready. All right, and how do we do that? Constantly consumed in the word. The prophecies. Constantly occupied in prophecy, occupied in prayer. Studying, fasting, being around the body. Playing out your role, whatever lot the Lord gave you. All right, and very important. Staying in the mind frame of fuck this place. Because as we get closer to Yahushua is coming, Satan, the spiritual entity Satan, and his physical counterpart Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, they have a lot of distractions out here. Esau is putting out a lot of distractions, bread and circus, folly that these people were consumed in. And then you got the damn spiritual entity, Satan, fucking with you constantly all day, all night in your mind, trying to sow doubt, just doing what he was created to do. All right? So it's a constant fight. All right? But like Yahushua said, be ready. Because these people not ready. Finishing off this the tail end of this verse, for it's such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. All right, and the point, was made at camp. We even though we know the truth, we understand and know these prophecies. We still live life here on this earth as it is in this bullshit, whack ass, wicked society. Where the Lord set you up with something, going to slavery every day, dealing with a family if you got one, which is, woman, seeds, whatever, and we can't get consumed and caught up in nothing in this world, because just like that, this society is going to be all over. All right, but the point is that as we go through the daily motions of this society, when you least expect it, things could pop off. We could be at work. All right, you could be at home sleeping. You could be in the middle of, doing a hobby, because we all have outlets here. Whatever it is, whether you do martial arts, whatever. Okay, but the point is that, hey, what do the scriptures say? The Lord cometh as a thief in the night. Let's grab that. He's coming suddenly. All right, the word sudden means unexpected. All right, and a great example, which was also brought up at camp, was 2020. That event, That was a world-changing historical event that no one saw coming. All right, caught everybody off guard. Even brothers. We all just woke up to the news that, oh, this is spreading. This place is shut down. All these places are shut down. Only essential workers. And that was just the test run. And it reshaped the whole world. How much more was coming, right? This is 2 Thessalonians. Bear with me. It's 1 Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, right? Because we understand, we're in the knowing. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right. A thief in the night, that analogy, is used because that's unexpected. All right. You don't expect a thief in the middle of your sleep to come in and steal some shit. All right. Well, that's likened to, this world and Yahushai's return to this world. All right. Because the devil has deceived, all of these demons out here, these people, to believe in whatever vanity they believe in, whatever it is. Their mind isn't on the Lord. It isn't on Yahushai returning. Okay. So, when these things pop off, they're going to be caught off guard with their pants down. All right. All these people, they ain't expecting the Lord's return. They don't even believe in the Lord. Right. They not even thinking about, especially these Americans, they not thinking about nothing. They not thinking about the impending danger that's looming on this society. Cyber attacks, blackouts, economic collapse, World War III, the mark of the beast mandate. Their mind isn't on that. Their mind is on the NFL season coming up, and what celebrity did what, and trying to chase a dollar that has lost 70% of its value since it was established. All right, a fake currency. That's the type of things these people's minds are consumed on. All right, far from Yahushai's return, which will be the biggest event this earth has ever experienced and will experience, is Yahushai's second coming. Okay. So, for us, like the Lord said, be ready. Let's keep reading. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Right. Sudden, unexpected. As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Right. Because we're in the knowing. So even though, it's going to come at a moment and an hour where, we not thinking about it, it's going to catch us off guard, so to speak, but we not going to be messed up like these people. We're going to know exactly what time it is. Okay. It says that day should overtake you as a thief. Yeah, we're not going to be overtaken like these people. It says, ye are all children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. What is the night and the darkness? America, which is Babylon the Great. This whole society, actually. All right, which is a wicked society. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Okay? What Yahweh Shai said, be ready. That's how we stay ready. Watch. All right? Watch the news. Watch the prophecies. Watch our own selves. You know, examine ourselves. Okay? And be sober. Sober-minded. All right? And that's the point. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Baharakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the Most High's elect. Shalom.